Today, we're going to talk about the top 5 guns that I acquired in 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. This is the obligatory year in review video. What I've done for the past 3 years, at the end of every year, is I've shown you a full gun collection update. This year, I wanted to do something a little special, and I've just chosen the 5 most significant guns that I bought this year. And no gun on this list was given to me for free. No gun on this list was in on loan that we just had for content. These are all guns that I really wanted, that I paid for, that I'm very happy to own now. Some guns were very significant to the channel. Some guns were just total surprises, like really didn't expect much, and they completely just blew our expectations out of the water. And some guns were just something that I really wanted. I bought them, and they just absolutely delivered on living up to the hype. Number 5 on this list is my Daewoo DR200. I always wanted a DR200 because they're much cheaper, and because they're not as collectible as their pre-ban K2 counterparts, there's no shame in debanning them and modifying them, and you can, in fact, increase the value if you do find a DR200 and modify it. So I actually filmed some K2 and K1 content like 2 years ago, and out of everything I filmed, I also had a DR200 that was modified, and I thought, dude, out of all the Daewoos I've shot, the DR200 with some modern touches was the best shooting one out of all 3, and it was the cheapest one out of all 3. So from then on, I was set out to find a DR200. Lo and behold, I go to a random gun show with my buddy Rodrigo. I see it from a mile away, make a beeline over to it. It wasn't a crazy price, still a lot of money. Ended up picking up my first Daewoo and made some content on it, and really enjoyed the whole process. In the first few videos, I basically take it to a match. I just go out and I shoot it, and I tell the story of acquiring this thing. But now, fast forward, I've acquired a couple more parts for it. The owner of Pierce Precision, which is really the only guy that's making Daewoo parts and used to run the Daewoo Parts YouTube channel, actually reached out and sent me a 16-inch K2 barrel so that I can actually shorten the barrel on this thing. And that's not all. Henry at 9-Hole Review wants to swap me my 18-inch barrel that it currently has now for his 16-inch barrel. So now I have 2 16-inch barrels that are trimmed, crowned, threaded, with a shoulder, ready to freaking go to basically make the ultimate DR200, which I think is a 16-inch DR200. So I've got 2 barrels ready to go. As soon as I get that done, I'll give you an update. Little update on the Daewoo, we even have the ultra rare MITS M-Lock rail that even gives us more 1913 up top. Extremely hard to get, very expensive. I don't know how easy these things are going to be to get in the future. This was not easy to get currently, and the guy that helped me out getting this said it's probably one of the last batches he's ever going to get in, but it's getting there. Once we get the barrel swapped out on this thing and do a bit more to it, fully expect an update on our Daewoo. Daewoos are honestly some of the most well-made, most robust, long-lived guns that are available in this country. They're so damn good. The fact that they take AR mags and they're cheap to shoot makes them very easy to live with. It is hands down one of the best guns I bought this year. I'm still shooting the crap out of it to this day. It's an easy number 5 for me. Number 4 on my list is my Ruger MKO. Started life as a Mark IV 22 heavy barrel, and the guys at MK3 Firearms turned it into what they call the MKO. It's basically a clone of the suppressed Ruger Mark series pistols from the movie called Assassins. Really cool pistol. They've been doing it for years. I've always wanted one. I actually had a chance to go tour their shop once, and they had a couple there. I shot it. It was just as amazing as I thought it would be. Like, awesome gun. Put it in order. Waited a hell of a long time. Paid a good amount of money, and finally got it. Let's just put it this way. I got the suppressor approved way before I ever got the pistol, but it's how it goes with custom work. It's the newest gun that I've acquired on this list. Like, I literally just got it maybe a month ago, and man, we spent Christmas with this thing in the backyard, shooting with my uncles and my dad, shooting subs in the backyard, like while Christmas was going on inside, and no one heard anything, and we're like in a crowded subdivision. It is really a crowd pleaser. It is such a cool looking gun. The work they did on it is beautiful. I've probably purchased 3,000 rounds of subsonic for it already. I have shot it quite a bit in the last month, and probably the most rounds I've put through a new gun that I've bought ever. Can't stop shooting it, honestly. I can hand it to anyone. Young person, an old person, a girl, a boy, whatever. Everyone has shot it and absolutely loved it. Such an amazing little thing. Super happy to own it. And I'm happy that 2 of my really good buddies at MK3 have put their own twist on it and converted it into an MKO. That's definitely something I'm going to keep forever. It feels so nice and special. Absolutely love it. It's an easy number 4 on this list. Number 3 on this list is the Roose Ruger, one of the more popular guns that I had commissioned to have built this year and put on the channel. Basically, it started life as a Ruger Ranch American rifle in 7.62x39. It would have taken Ruger Mini 30 mags. It would have had a 16-inch barrel threaded from factory. But out of nowhere, Occam Defense decides to make an AK mag adapter for a freaking bolt gun, so no one has to be stuck with these stupid Mini 30 mags that are overpriced and are usually not very reliable. And you got to admit, like a freaking bakelite or a drum or something cool hanging out of a bolt gun it's a head turner, to say the least. It's very different than what people are used to. So bit the bullet, got the mag adapter, bought one of the guns, brought it to Cody at Weapon Genetics, who had the crazy idea to cut the barrel down to 10.5 inches, thread it, and we decided to put some baby poop Rhodesian paint on it. We dabbed it on with paint brushes and socks and let it sit outside in the sun to bake on. And what I got was this really cool short bolt action that takes AK mags that was accurate out to 500 yards. We did all that on camera, shot a match with it, dumping ammo at 25 yards with a bolt gun. It's a freaking workout, but it was so fun, and everyone that was at the range that day was just totally entertained by it. Everyone wanted to shoot it. It's just kind of a cool gun to bring to a gun range. Nobody sees this thing coming. No one really knows what it is right away, and that's why it's easy. It's an easy third on this list. It's a unique shooting experience. It's not a whole lot of time and money invested to basically get a gun like this. Not a lot of people have them, though. It's very unique, looks crazy, but above all else, it's a different shooting experience at the range, which not a lot of guns give you these days. And the mags are everywhere. The ammo's fairly cheap. Just a cool gun. Easy number 3. Number 2 on this list is probably the most controversial gun that I bought this year, and that is the Pioneer Arms 5.56 Underfolder Sporter Rifle. This is a gun that I really wasn't looking for that hard. I thought if I ever come across one, maybe it would be cool to have on the channel, because I honestly thought that it would be cool to have one just bomb on the channel, because as you know, YouTube videos that are very negative reviews on things get a ton of views. So I thought, well, everyone says the guns are trash. If they're cheap, I'll buy it, I'll film it, it'll bomb, it'll grenade, something bad will happen, it'll get a lot of views, it'll be good for the channel. Out of nowhere, a guy sends me a random DM on Facebook and says, hey, I heard you were looking for one. Gun shop in Florida has them in stock, and they've got a discount code. I ended up getting this thing shipped for like $5.79, which was crazy. I even showed the receipt. Still, people to this day don't think I actually paid for it, but I did. And what was crazy about the whole thing, it was just a roller coaster of emotion. I wanted to hate it so bad, but it kept working. We got all the way through 1,000 rounds, got several videos out of it. It just did everything I ever asked for it to do, and all the while, people just could not believe I actually bought this thing, because it wasn't failing on camera. And anytime you have a positive review on like an American AK or an AK that no one likes, and it gets a positive review, everyone says, oh, it's a shill, it was cherry-picked, it's not honest content. Well, I had the receipts to back it up, and it really wasn't anything I saw coming either. I didn't honestly want the gun to do well, because videos where guns bomb crush with views. But it was still pretty popular. A lot of people watched that stuff, and for the whole experience, I thought it was really cool that I bought that thing. And finally, we post-sampled it, made it go full semi-auto, and did a meltdown. It went a really long time. It still shoots to this day. It just goes through firing pins, so it's been shelved for a little while, but it still functions. The barrel's drooped about a full inch, and all the furniture's burned off, but it still works to this day. And I gotta say, man, for what I paid and what I got out of it, I'm so happy that I bought that damn thing. I'm so happy I didn't listen to all the people that said don't buy it or you're crazy for buying it. I'm glad I did. And for, you know who you are, the guy that reached out to me on Facebook that found that deal, thank you for that, dude. That gun was so much fun to live with for a while, and it was fun to really ruffle some feathers and get people really stirred up that just thought that I was being too nice and that I was shilling for it. Like, I bought it, I had no reason to say anything good about it. Like, what good would anyone get out of promoting freaking Pioneer Arms? They're not even a company anymore. Like, who would ever want to shill for that company? The gun just worked, and it was a positive experience and was kind of eye-opening, honestly, so it's an easy number 2. If you stuck around this far, before I show you my number 1 pick, let me go ahead and tell you the best way to support this channel is not through Patreon, not through paid ad reads, but through Third Pin Threads. We have a bunch of cool AK merch. That's a company that we own. I'm usually packing those orders when you buy that stuff. That's the best way to support us. Right now, I'm going to say there's an even better way, and that is to buy tickets to go to Kalash Bash, Texas, the largest AK event in the country. If you like AKs at all, this is definitely something that should be on your bucket list. It's 3 days of AK autism, dozens of manufacturers on site to see you. 1,000 people just like you are going to be hanging out for 3 days. Come out and meet some lifelong friends, see some really cool AK stuff, and meet us, the crew that puts on the event, and just be a part of the AK community. That's really what it's all about. So hopefully we see you all in April at Kalash Bash. I'll put that ticket link down below. All right, that's enough of that. Back to the list. Number one on this list was honestly the easiest to pick. It was the biggest surprise. I'm so happy that I was in the right place at the right time. I'm glad I got one. And a lot of luck went into getting a good one. I'm talking about the government contract M70 Ab2s that hit the market not too long ago. As you guys know, I got one of those, made a few videos on it, and it was the cheapest 7.62x39 AK that I've ever bought. Certainly one of the cheapest guns that was even sold last year if you're into AKs. And if you don't know what they were basically non-matching number parts kits that Century sold to the American military back in like 2010. They've been beating the piss out of them ever since, and they got surplused on the American market through Arms of America, AIM Surplus, Bud's Gun Shop, and a few others. A few of those companies like AIM, Atlantic, and Bud sold them for like the low price of below $600, or if memory serves, about that much. And I thought, dude, for a fully featured M70 Ab2 with the flip-up night sights, with an underfolder, with an old 80s date-stamped Sestava trunnion, with the grenade gas shutoff and the grenade sights, easy decision. The problem is a lot of them looked really rough. I personally thought that was cool because it's like Battlefield pickup. Like, we pay for Battlefield pickup finishes. We pay for old beat-up wood because people really like that look. Well, here's a gun that has honest wear, and I thought it was worth the risk. Unfortunately, once these things started hitting the market, the real controversy came from so many of them had really bad chambers that had been dremeled to feed blanks. These guns probably would have shot blanks their whole life when they were being used in the American military for OPFOR training, but just how it was. And unfortunately, a lot of those guns that went out weren't safe to shoot. They failed headspace gauge tests, and the chambers were jacked. However, some people got lucky, and some people's guns were safe to shoot. Mine was safe to shoot. Rodrigo's was safe to shoot. We shot 2 of them in my video. Me and Rodrigo both bought one side by side. His was better in some areas. Mine was better in some areas. Mine looked really bad in a couple places. So did his. But what we ended up getting was a really cheap, kind of a historically significant AK for below $600, and it was the biggest shocker of the year. I remember when all those pictures came out, I thought, damn it. Why did I buy this thing? This thing's not going to be safe to shoot. I can't do anything with it. I don't want to send it back. Like, I love the idea of what it is. I love the idea of having an AK that was surplused by the American military. It's literally never happened before. So I love the idea of owning it. Once it turned out to be good, it passed headspace. It shot really well. We dumped a ton of ammo through it. We even suppressed it. Kinda. The can barely fit on there, but it fit. I was blown away that I got something that was pretty significant, that looked really cool, even put some old wood on it, that was safe to shoot. When so many people didn't get a good one, I just felt very lucky that I got a good one. I feel very good that Rodrigo got lucky and got a good one. Any one of you watching this video that bought one of those that got a good one, I think you got something super special for a very low price. That will probably never happen again. I don't know when the American military is ever going to surplus AKs back to Americans ever again. So that was super special. That's my number one. That's my list. That's my whole list, man. All of these guns I paid a little bit of money for. Some I paid a lot of money for. Some I waited a long time to get. Some absolutely blew my expectations out of the water. And some I had to get really lucky to get a good one. Those are my top 5. I'm happy to own them all. And if I had to do all over again, I would buy them all 5 all over again. Let me know what your best guns that you acquired in 2024. Let me know down in the comments. If you think my list is out of order, if you agree some of the other guns on this list should have been higher, then let me know down below. I'd be happy to hear it, and we can talk about that. And again, did you guys get guns that you hated this year? I'd love to hear that too. I could probably make another list of guns that came across my desk that I wish I did not buy. Maybe we'll make that video too. Anyway, that's all I have for you all. Happy New Year. Here's to 2025. Let's hope it's a good one. Let's hope ammo goes down. Let's hope AK prices go down. Let's hope this war in Ukraine ends. Let's just hope that the world gets better. And let's hope owning AKs gets easier and cheaper like it used to be. Anyway, we'll see y'all next time.